Hello, this is Mr. Chabry, and I have another narrated Pokemon battle. So this is a battle against Golem Gaming, and if you look at my opponent's team, you'll notice my opponent has an entire team of rock types. So I think that's pretty interesting. Some of these rock types are actually very scary, especially the Mega Aerodactyl. So right off the bat, I want to lead off with my Scizor. Scizor is a pretty bulky Pokemon, and it's really nice because it has that steel typing, it has Bullet Punch, it can do a lot of damage. So right off the bat, I'm going to Mega Evolve. Mega Scizor is a beautiful Pokemon. It has really good attack, really good defense, and this Barbaracle is actually going to just go ahead set up the Shell Smash. So that makes it a little bit scarier. It now has really high attack and really high speed. I'm going to get a Swords Dance. I know Barbaracles often do carry the Shell Smash, but I was actually hoping this thing would have the Wide Herb, but it does end up having the Focus Sash, so that's kind of unfortunate. I was actually hoping it to have the Wide Herb, but now we're going to take a nasty Razor Shell, but we end up surviving, so that's really nice right there. But we do lose some defense. I'm just going to go for another Bullet Punch. That will finish off the Barbaracle, and this huge potential threat is now taken out. But Mega Scizor is still pretty low on health, and I don't think it would be a smart idea to leave it in, especially on this Lycanroc, which could easily just go for an Accelerock and finish off my Mega Scizor. So I'm going to go into my Tyranitar. Tyranitar should be able to take an Accelerock pretty decently. Tyranitar does have really good defense, so we're going to take that Accelerock, and it doesn't do that much. But now, the Lycanroc's actually going to go for the Splintered Storm Shard, and that's kind of scary because I don't know exactly how much damage this is going to do. This is a pretty cool move, though. Let's watch the animation. Of course, I don't know if this Z move is one of those that Pokemon has copyrighted, where if it just shows up on YouTube, they'll take down your video, and that's why we're going to have to flip it on its side. But anyway, we're going to watch the Lycanroc shoot all these giant boulders at Tyranitar, and Tyranitar lives with 5 HP, so we're going to fire off a Crunch, and that's going to take out this Lycanroc. So Tyranitar pulling through there, doing some really nice work, and now the Aerodactyl is going to come in, and this thing is very scary. Mega Aerodactyl is a very fast Pokemon, has really good attack. It's going to hit everything really hard, and that's another reason why I really wanted to keep my Mega Scizor, because Bullet Punch would be very nice on this Aerodactyl. Without my Bullet Punch, this Aerodactyl could honestly do a lot of damage to my entire team. So right here, I'm going to sack off Tyranitar. It's done its job. It did pretty good. And I'm going to go into Ninetales. And the main reason I want to go into Ninetales is I really want to get the Auroraville up. I think that's going to help me out in the long run. And another reason is I do not want my opponent's rock types benefiting from the Sandstorm. Sandstorm gives your rock type some more special defense. And I think it would be nice to get rid of the Sandstorm and make it where these rock types don't have that to fall back on. And now we have the Auroraville up. That's going to help us on survivability. But of course, Ninetales is not going to live another attack from this thing, so we're just going to let Ninetales go down. It's done its job, which was just to get the Auroraville up. And now I can go into my Mega Scizor. And Mega Scizor, like I said, has the Bullet Punch, and that will do quite a bit of damage to this Aerodactyl. It's going to take it out. So Bullet Punch really helping out. Mega Scizor, it's actually my favorite Mega, and it's really showing why it's a really good Mega here. Of course, we're going to take some Hail damage here, and I'm alright with that because we are now behind an Auroraville, and what I'm hoping is that we can live a hit from this thing. My opponent's going to go for an Earthquake, and we end up surviving with 3 HP. I know right there was a very, very risky play to go for the Roost, but I felt like it was worth risking Scizor going down, get that Roost up, and get a little bit of health back. So now Scizor is looking very good. That Auroraville is really helping out, and my opponent's Quick Claw is actually going to activate, but that's not going to matter because we have the Bullet Punch, and It ends up not doing as much as I would hope, but luckily for me, my opponent's Stone Edge has just missed. And if you notice, my Aurora Veil is gone now, so that's not going to be the greatest thing. I'm going to go for another Bullet Punch. I know if this does not take this out, there's a good chance Rhyperior will take us out, but the Rhyperior misses the next Stone Edge. So that really helps us out here. Mega Caesar has just 1v1 this, just because the Stone Edge missed twice. And that's very unfortunate for my opponent, because I think even one of those Stone Edges would have taken us out. Even with the Aurora Veil, I think it was very possible that we would have been taken out. So now I'm just going to go for a Bullet Punch on this Golem. Of course, this is Golem Gaming's favorite Pokemon, and he's just going to go for the Explosion. And that's going to finish off Caesar. Caesar is not living an Electric-type Explosion from Alolan Golem. So we're going to go down here. But Mega Caesar really did its job. It did very good. And now that's going to mean Shuckle is going to come in. And Shuckle, of course, I've seen quite a few Shuckles. There's different gimmicks that Shuckle can do a lot of damage. Of course, there's like Power Trick, stuff like that. And this thing's going to go for a Shell Smash. And it's actually going to be a Contrary set. So I'm still kind of nervous about this thing. It could be one of those Shuckles that go for Contrary and then get a Power Trick, getting a super high attack. And that's what I'm kind of scared of. I'm going to get a Leech Seed here because that's going to be a reliable source of damage on this thing. Because once it gets its special defense up a little bit higher, it's going to be a little bit harder for my Superior to take it out. But I'm not too worried about this thing because I do have my Substitute up. We do have the Leech Seed, and we do have the Leaf Storm. And Leaf Storm is going to be boosting our special attack. So what I'm hoping is that we can boost our special attack and eventually take down this Shuckle. So now what I'm going to do is actually just start firing off some Leaf Storms as my opponent's going to go for a Bide. And I'm honestly not too worried about that because, like I said, I'm behind the Substitute. The Bide will have to break down the Substitute, and it would be so easy for me to just go ahead and set up another Substitute once my Substitute is gone. So I'm going to go ahead, just continue going for Leaf Storms. The Bide is not going to do anything to Superior. Superior is behind the Substitute, and this thing is still biding its time. So we're going to fire off another Leaf Storm. There's no reason not to, because it doesn't matter how much damage we put on Shuckle. It's just going to break the Substitute, and that is it. And this Leech Seed has just brought the Shuckle down to a range where another Leaf Storm will take it out. So, of course, the Bide's going to destroy our Substitute, and we're just going to fire off another Leaf Storm. And that will finish off the battle. So that was a really good battle there. I think it's really cool when people bring their favorite Pokemon to battles. Of course, my favorite Pokemon is Typhlosion, and I do think I need to start bringing it to more battles because it's been a while since we've used Typhlosion. So if you like this, give it a thumbs up, subscribe. I will see you in the next Pokemon video.